in this video, we're going to talk about the amazing tree behind one of the world's most popular fruits. It's pretty incredible to think that the orange tree went from being this rare luxury, something only royalty could get their hands on, to a staple in pretty much every kitchen. In the next few minutes, we're going to cover everything, from its beautiful flowers to how you can actually grow one yourself. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll get to know the tree itself. Then, we'll get into the specifics of growing one. After that, we'll trace its incredible journey across the world, explore its connection with us humans, and wrap up with some really surprising facts. Alright, first up, what exactly is a sweet orange tree? Let's zoom in and take a look. Okay, so this isn't your average tree. It's an evergreen, which means you get those beautiful, dark, shiny green leaves all year long. But the real magic? That happens in the spring. It just explodes with these little white flowers that have this incredible, sweet smell. Seriously, the bees can't get enough of them. And when it comes to size, well, they can get seriously big. While lots of them are smaller, a fully grown orange tree can reach up to 15 meters. To put that into perspective for you, that's as tall as a 4-story building. Pretty impressive, right? Now, you might be thinking, a 4-story building? No way I can handle that. But hold on, because you can absolutely grow one at home. Let's get into how it's done. The good news is, orange trees aren't too fussy. They just need a few key things. They are total sun lovers, so you gotta give them at least 6 hours of direct sun a day. When you water, give them a good, deep drink, but then let the top of the soil dry out before you do it again. A little high nitrogen fertilizer keeps them fed and happy, and some light pruning of the new growth helps them produce all that yummy fruit. And here is probably the best part for any home gardener. They're self-pollinating. What that means is the flowers have both male and female parts, so you only need one single tree to get a whole bunch of oranges. No need to get a second one to act as a parga. How great is that? Okay, so we've covered your backyard. Now let's zoom way out and look at how this tree literally conquered the world. It is an epic story that spans thousands of years and crosses entire oceans. The sweet orange didn't actually come from Europe or the Americas. Its story starts way, way back in ancient Asia, in an area that includes parts of China, India, and Myanmar. From there, it started heading west. By the 10th century, it was being grown all over Spain. In the 1400s, traders brought it to Italy, and then, in 1565, Spanish explorers planted the very first seeds in Florida, and everything changed. As the orange tree made its way around the globe, it picked up a lot of baggage, in a good way. It became a huge part of human culture, but it also had to face some pretty serious enemies. It became so much more than just a source of fruit. It became a powerful symbol. Like you can see here, in a ton of cultures, those sweet snowing blossoms came to represent love and marriage. It's a tradition that's still alive and well today, with brides carrying them in their bouquets. But it's not all love and weddings. This tree has a real fight on its hands to survive. It's got friends, for sure, like bees, who are crucial for pollination, and even some butterfly caterpillars who need the leaves for food. But its enemies are no joke. We're talking deadly threats like citrus green disease, nasty pests, and all sorts of fungal injections. Alright, now that we know its story, let's dive into some of the most surprising secrets about the orange tree. I'm willing to bet there are a few in here you have never, ever heard before. So here's a fun one. Which came first, the color or the fruit? The answer is the fruit. It's true. Before the fruit became common in Europe, there wasn't really a specific word for the color orange in English. The very first time the word orange was written down to mean a color was way back in 1512. Okay, get ready for this, because it's gonna blow your mind. Every single navel orange you've ever eaten is technically a clone. Yeah, a clone. They can all be traced back to one single unique tree that was a random mutation discovered in a Brazilian monastery in the 1850s. Since they're seedless, every navel orange tree in the world today was grown from a cutting of that one original ancestor. Isn't that wild? Ever looked at a tree and wondered just how old it is? Well, there's actually a clever way to estimate an orange tree's age without having to cut it down. You just measure the distance around the trunk, do a tiny bit of math to figure out the diameter, and multiply that number by the tree's growth factor, which for citrus is about 2.5. Just like that, you can get a pretty good idea of its history. And I want to leave you with this final thought. A single healthy orange tree can produce hundreds of oranges every single year. When you think about that incredible amount of fruit, that gift of sweetness and sunshine, it really makes you stop and wonder, doesn't it? Could the orange tree possibly be the world's most generous plant? All right, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.